I said in the previous video I was going to do a little review on the oil-filled shocks upgrade on the original Grasshopper. So I'm going to keep it a bit short and sweet on this one because it is there's not really much to talk about with them. But here we go anyway. So this is my thoughts on them. Right, so if you've looked at all online, you will probably have seen these type of shocks for the Grasshopper. Now they look nice. And they're fairly expensive. They're expensive enough to make you think about whether they're worth buying or not. Well, when I bought these ones off of eBay, they were advertised for about £32, I think. So I think I must have had a glass of wine or something, and I thought, do you know what, I'm gonna put in an offer of like 15 quid. Anyway, the offer got accepted, free postage from China. I thought, well, you know, if they're crap, then you know, they'll look nice. They can't be any worse than the original suspension setup. So anyway, long story short, they turned up. So I fitted them and they do look quite nice. They come with little decals on them, which were quite difficult to get to stay on. There you go, little Grasshopper decal up there. Nice little touch. You can get these in different colours, different anodizing. I'm assuming they're all much the same. But anyway, down to the performance of them. I know some people have mentioned that you fill them up with oil and they leak. That I can confirm is true. But I think the main problem with that is when I filled my front shocks up first time round, I did it up and the seals are they're a bit skinny. The little rubber seals in these are a bit skinny and very easy to not position correctly. Now, I'm not saying anyone positioned theirs incorrectly, but this is what I found in mine. Once I'd filled the shocks up with oil and positioned the seals correctly, they haven't leaked since. I don't know if that's just mine, if I got lucky, but it seems to have worked with mine. Okay, so fitting them is easy. You have everything you need in the little kit that they come with, so that's easy enough. You can probably see, if I show you close up, exactly how they fit on. So that's not a big deal, except every now and again, anyone that's used these has experienced them flying off across the room, but you know, that's our fault, not theirs. So down to the performance of them, they're not a performance shock, and this is not a performance car. So you really are just kind of polishing a turd. But we do love this turd the way it is. But you are effectively, you know, just doing this for aesthetic reasons, for looks. And that's pretty much what I did this for. I mean, this surface isn't very good for me demonstrating this, but you definitely don't have the bounce of the original Grasshopper shocks. So it does, you know, it does improve that. But you are not going to make this into an Egress or an Avanti. These are not TRF shocks. These are cheap eBay shocks. So if you want to fit them because you want it to look nice as a shelf queen, then definitely do. But I wouldn't be paying 35, 40 quid for a set unless you really want them to look that way. As for the performance, it really doesn't make much difference. It doesn't hop around quite as much. And I will do a running video of it so you can have a look. But it doesn't transform it into a race buggy. It still keeps the Grasshopper characteristics. The rear ones, obviously, I didn't show you how they fitted, but they fit exactly the same way as the originals. Again, they come with all the hardware to put them on. So yeah, it would be entirely up to you whether you fitted them or not. But at the end of the day, it starts off as a Grasshopper. You put these shocks on it, it's still a Grasshopper. I did, however, find some different shocks from JKRC. And I fitted these to my candy green Grasshopper. Now, these shocks are much better quality. Much better quality. And they were actually, I can't remember what I paid for them. I think I paid about £6 or £7 for the rear suspension. They're quite tough. I'm sure you could put some weaker springs on them. And it also, you know, it keeps its hopping style ride. But they do look nice, and they are far better quality, but I don't know whether you can get them anymore. So I would suggest, if you were interested in getting a set of those, I would contact JKRC. They're brilliant. I get a lot of things from there, and they're very helpful. They'll definitely help you and point you in the right direction if they're still available. So yeah, that I would go for that option, and to be honest, just keep the fronts standard. I'm going back to the original. One thing that was also pointed out is that these shocks do affect the camber at the front, which you can see. Now, obviously, that's not returning all the way, but once that front comes up, you are getting a different camber at the front. I'm sure I could play around with that to get that right. So, you know, not too bothered about that. And when I store it, it's stored on a Rubik's Cube anyway, so most of my cars tend to, the wheels tend to hang. But anyway, that was just a quick video, just to give you an idea, because I know a lot of people look at these and a lot of people have a lot of questions on the suspension and whether they're worth it or not. I would say from a performance point of view, no, they're not. But from a looks and aesthetic point of view, if you want them, then it's your money. Nobody can tell you what to do with it, and it's your car. You can make it look how you want. So if you want to go for it, go for it. But if it's just based on performance, you're not going to get much more performance out of them. But I'm glad I did for the price. Don't forget to haggle, because you could save yourself some money and it would make it worth it. Okay, so that's just my little video on the Grasshopper upgraded shocks, if you can call it an upgrade. I suppose you can. And if you've got anything to say about them, any opinions or any questions or anything like that, then please put it down in the comments section, because this video is a response to a comment that I got in a previous video. So I hope it helps. Please like, share, subscribe. It's really helpful and I really appreciate it a lot. Thanks for watching the video, and you have a good day.